to either Spellfriending in the Fellowship or Tabletop Battle. I'm Weil, and I'm going to tell you about all the different Age of Sigmar books. Say a little about what I think you need to play the game and what you maybe would like to get into. Everything you really need is in the app. I can't show you the app now because I'm filming on my mobile phone, but the Age of Sigmar app is very good. You have all the War Scrolls, and you have all the rules, the four-page rule sets, and you can also buy all the books that are released to get the extra battle plans and get the extra War Scroll battalions you get in the books. And also for the General's Handbook, if you buy that in the app, you will get the points cost. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll show you the books now. The first one isn't really a book. It's the 4 pages of rules. This is from the first White Dwarf after the release. But you also get the same pages in the starter set. In the starter set you get this book. It just explains the Mortal Realms, the fluff for Age of Sigmar, and it goes through the Stormcast Eternals and the Khorne Bloodbound. As you've seen, we've gone through this book in previous videos with the How to Age of Sigmar. It isn't really a must unless you want to know how it all started with the lore. And from there, there are different battle tomes. A battle tome is like an army book. You can get all. This is the Khorne Bloodbound battle tome. You get all the War Scrolls for Khorne Bloodbound, and you get all War Scroll battalions for it, and a lot of the fluff. So it starts off with fluff, a lot of cool artwork, explanation about Rise of Cool, the mighty Lord of Khorne you saw in the previous videos. Yeah, and explains all the different units. There are, similarly to chapter markings for Space Marines, you have the different styles of armor for the different tribes in the Khorne Bloodbound. Of course, lots of pictures of models. You got certain battle plans that are kind of set in the story of the Khorne Bloodbound, and then all of the War Scrolls and War Scroll battalions. So the War Scrolls battalion you can only get if you get this book, or by unlock. You can unlock each individual War Scroll battalion in the app, so that's pretty neat. A lot of them are quite cool, and also the rules, the four pages rules are all in the backs of the battle tomes. There, similarly, the Stormcast Eternals battle tome includes the same stuff. Yep. So that's battle tomes. If you're just going to play one army, maybe you'd like to get into this. You'll get more inspiration for how to paint your models, for the story and everything. And then, as we've been talking about before, now Age of Sigmar, all the armies are split into one of 4 different factions. So you have the Grand Alliance Chaos, you have Grand Alliance Death, you have Grand Alliance Destruction, and you have Grand Alliance Order. So for the Grand Alliance Order book, you have, it's quite thick, you have all the war scrolls and a couple of war scroll battalions for all of the different armies that are all of the different races that are in the Grand Alliance order. I won't go into each and every one of them now, but yeah, it's the same thing in Grand Alliance Destruction. It's for story, it's okay for the Iron Jaws. You see here, it's one page, and then a lot of just all the war scrolls. Grand Alliance Death is very thin. It's just what was Vampire Counts before. They split those into different factions, but it's the Deadwalkers, the zombies, a page of story. The Grand Alliance Chaos. It's again a huge book. If we go to the Cornblood Bound section, you see one page of story, and then you have all the same war scrolls. So these are the war scrolls, but you don't get the fluff, and only one war scroll battalion in this, and that's the same that you get in the main rule book, or not the main rule book, but the book you get in the starter sets. So I've got all of these. You read. I like to have things on paper. I like to read the books. It's not really necessary. You can get it all in the app, or you can get the different battle tomes for your armies to get more specifically towards your army. Then there are also the Realm Gates War series. There's a series of books going through the story. A lot of story. Very nice books. These are hardback. So are the battle tomes. The Grand Alliance Death books are just soft, as you saw. But it's a lot of battle plans. It tells you a bit of the story. That's it. And then it goes into the battle plan for playing a battle plan similarly to what you've just read in the book for the story. So you can... They don't suggest what armies you need to put up, but in the index of each battle plan, there's a story which represents the armies. So this is Chaos against Stormcast Eternals for this, but you can play this with any armies. So there are a lot of cool battle plans in these, and hopefully we'll get to film a lot of these and show them to you. Yeah, so this, it's not a must-buy, but it's if you want some difference to your games, this is a good place to start, and also a good introduction to the story. So lastly, we have the General's Handbook. I'll say it's a must buy. It's really not, but it brings something nice to the game. There are 3 different ways to play. You have open play, you have narrative play, and you have match play. The open play is just how Age of Sigmar was started out. Was for the first year. You just bring your models, put them down on the board, and play your opponent. Play the battle plans. Just play until you've destroyed each other's armies. Then there is narrative play. In this, there are several different suggestions about how to do campaigns. There is a Path to Glory campaign where you roll on a tables to see what forces you get, and there's a couple of other different campaigns as well, and battle plans designed to those different types of campaigns. And then there's matched play in this. Matched play brings something that's been missed in Age of Sigmar for a lot of people, and that's points. So you just get a lot of pages for this with different points costs, and tells you how you can what your units cost really. So the if I add up using the chaos for the army I played in the previous videos, the Khorne Bloodbound, there is Khorne Bloodbound list here, and adding all of those units up, I get an 800 point army. Introduction to the pitch play. It gives you a table where you can play 1,000, 2,000, and 2,500 points, and they have given different models, different types in these lists. So you have stuff like battle line, leader, behemoth, artillery, and other units, which gives you you need to have 2 battle line in a 1,000 point army, 3 battle line in a 2,000 point army, and 4 battle line troops in a 2,500 point army. And you must have a leader, but you cannot go above 4, 6, and 8 leaders. You cannot have more than 2, 4, or 5 artillery, and for behemoths you can only have 2, 4, or 5. So it kind of goes back to the old days of you need to have a general or a hero and some core units or troops. It tries to even the playing field a little bit. And then there's 6 battle plans for pitched battle, which should be fairly even, and it's very suited for tournament play. So it's, yeah, I think this is really nice. And they also introduce allegiance abilities. So if you have an army that consists only of order, you can pick these. You could either roll on command traits or roll for artifacts of power that you can give to your heroes, or you can just choose them. It says it's up to you. I'm guessing for a future tournament you will get a rules pack from the tournament organizer, which says you will roll or you can choose on these tables. So there's 1 for order, 1 for chaos, 1 for destruction, and 1 for death. And of course the rules in the back. There are also, in the newest battle tomes, in the Sylvaneth battle tome, there are allegiance abilities. If you pick an army that's just Sylvaneth, you can get your own traits and artifacts instead of using the order one. So it's specifically to that army. So there are lots of different things you can do for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, that's it. You can get everything in the app. It's both on iPhone and Android. You can use it on your iPad. So it's up to you, really. This is just a quick look through. I'm getting the battle tome for a new army I'm starting, maybe. I'd get the battle tome, but for the rest, I have everything in the Grand Alliance books, apart from all the fluff. So that's all the gaming books. There are also books from Black Library that goes through the entire history, but I will not go into them. But Black Library has a reading list, which they've listed up what how to read the books in chronological order as it happens. So there you have it. It's the Age of Sigmar books.